Hi, welcome to our second module entitled Personal Development Plan. Now, in our previous discussion, we learned about the nature self, self awareness, self concept, and self care. And we discovered that understanding ourselves is the first step towards personal growth. However, knowing ourselves is only the beginning. After understanding who we are, we need to identify who we want to become and determine the steps needed to achieve our goals. Now, this module focuses on personal development planning, which is the process of, you know, of creating a direction for our future growth. Now, every individual, if you agree, has dreams, diba? We have goals and aspirations. However, dreams become more achievable when supported by proper planning and action. And a personal development plan helps us answer questions like, um, where am I now? Diba? Where I want to go, and what actions I should take to achieve my goals. And this module will also introduce the concept of SWOT analysis, which helps us recognize our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Additionally, we will discuss the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which explains human motivation and how individuals move forward towards achieving their full potential through self-actualization. So as NSCP students, personal development is important because before we can effectively serve others, we must first also develop ourselves, um, become a better version of ourselves. Responsible citizens and community leaders begin with individuals who understand their purpose and continuously improve themselves. Now, again, personal development is a preparation for future responsibilities, and growth requires awareness and action. Self-improvement leads to community improvement. Okay? Now, before we create a personal development plan, let us also first understand what we are expected to learn from this module. So before we begin our discussion, let us also first look at our learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should not only understand the concepts, but also apply them in your own life. The first objective is to define personal development planning. You should understand that personal development is not, simply about improving skills. It is also a process of becoming more aware of yourself, setting meaningful goals, and creating actions that will help you grow. Now, the second objective is identifying the steps in creating a personal development plan. A successful plan requires clear goals, proper actions, time management, and continuous evaluation. The third objective is understanding the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis will help you examine yourself by identifying your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and possible challenges. And the fourth objective is understanding Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This theory explains why people behave in certain ways and how they are motivated to achieve growth. And finally, you will create your own personal development plan based on your personal goals. So this means applying the concepts to your own experiences, dreams, and future plans is very important. Okay? Now, the purpose of this module is not only to gain knowledge, but to encourage personal transportation. Again, learning, please take note, learning becomes meaningful when concepts are applied to real life. So to create an effective development plan, we must first understand the meaning of personal development. So personal development refers to the continuous, sige, process of improving ourselves throughout our lives. Now, according to the module, personal development involves assessing our skills and qualities, considering our goals, and finding ways to maximize our potential. So this means personal development is not limited to academic achievement or career success. It involves all aspects to human life, And we have the first aspect, which is personal life. This includes developing our attitudes, values, habits, and emotional maturity. The second aspect is education. Di ba mo nang tanan, especially you guys, you are now working, but you still, opted to learn something. And that's what we call continuous learning or continuous improvement. So, learning allows us, or education, learning allows us to gain knowledge and develop abilities that prepare us for future opportunities. And the third aspect is career development. We need to continuously improve our skills because the workplace continues to change, just like what you are doing. All of you or most of you are working already, but you still, enrolled to this course. And that's a big thing, I would say a good job on your part because your learning does not stop from what you have already learned. Instead, you enrolled to this course. So that's already a career development, a big step to career development. The fourth aspect is relationship. Personal development also involves, improving how we communicate, how we cooperate, and build connection with others. So personal development is a lifelong process, as they say, because human beings, continue to learn and experience changes, which I think you already experienced today, diba? Because you are still, enrolling and opted to learn something, from this diploma course. I don't know if you would agree, as they say, a person who stops learning daw also limits his or her growth, which is true. Ang usamangod ka tao, mas stagnant siya from things that needs to be learned, wala. Iyang gilimit iyang growth. So therefore, personal development requires commitment, reflection, and willingness to improve. Remember, personal development is becoming better today than we were yesterday. Okay? So for our subject, CWTS, community service requires individuals to continue developing their skills and attitude. Now, since personal development continues throughout life, let us understand why growth never stops. Personal development is considered a lifelong process because growth does not end at a certain age, which is true. Ganit lang, nang eskwela pa ta, Now, many people think that learning only happens inside classrooms. However, ang life, itself is continuous learning experience, We learn through our experiences. Every success, Every success teaches us what works, while every failure teaches us what needs improvement. We also grow through challenges, diba? Difficult situations develop resilience, patience, and problem-solving activities or abilities. For example, a student who struggles with academic challenges may develop better study habits and discipline. And, personal development also happens through learning opportunities. And these opportunities may come from formal education, training programs, community activities, or interactions with other people. And another important part of growth is reflection. Reflection allows us to examine actions and learn from our experience. We sometimes ask ourselves, unsa akong nahibalaan? What did I learn? Or what can I improve? Or how can I become better? Growth happens when we remain open to learning and improvement. A person who continues developing becomes more prepared to face future responsibilities. Okay? Please take note, again, experiences are teachers, challenges develop character, and reflection creates improvement. To make personal development more organized, individuals also need a guide. Now, this guide is called Personal Development Plan. Okay, so what is Personal Development Plan or PDP? This is actually a structured guide that helps us, individuals, achieve our personal growth. It is an action that, connects our present situations to our future goals. A person, a good personal development plan begins with self-awareness. Before creating goals, we must understand ourselves, diba? We need to know what are our strengths, what skills do we need to improve, and what are our interests and values. The second element is values. Our values influence the goals we choose. For example, someone who values helping others may create goals related to community service or public responsibility. The third element is reflection. Reflection helps us learn from our past experiences, manang mag-reflect ta usahay, and we come up to realization. And this allows us also to create what we did well and what we need to improve. The fourth element is goal setting. Goals provide direction and motivation. And finally, planning identifies the specific actions needed to achieve those goals. A personal development plan helps us clearly see where we are now, where we want to be, and the steps needed to get there. Without a plan, goals may remain only dreams. Diba? With proper planning, goals becomes achievable. Okay? Again, a goal without a plan is only a wish. Now that we understand what a personal development plan is, let us discuss why having a plan is important. Okay. Now, why having a plan is important? A plan serves as, a blueprint for success. If you see a blueprint, A blueprint provides guide before something is created. For example, diba, a teacher creates lesson plan, or an engineer creates a building plan before constructing a structure. So without a plan, construction may become disorganized and problems may occur. Now, the same principle applies to our personal lives, diba? A teacher probably also prepares a lesson plan to ensure that learning objectives are achieved, and an engineer design plan to ensure that the building will be safe and functional. Similarly, students need personal development plan to guide their growth and future direction. So a PDP, a personal development plan, again provides direction. It helps us identify where we want to go and what actions are necessary to achieve our goals. It also provides motivations. When we have clear goals, we become more committed because we understand the purpose behind our efforts. And personal development plan also help clear goals and better decision making. Our goals helps us determine whether a decision will contribute to our growth. For example, if your goal is to become a professional, you will choose activities that develop your knowledge, your skills, and your character. A person without a plan may simply, react to situations, while a person with a plan actively creates his or her future. Again, I'd like to make emphasis on this. Personal development plan is not a restriction. It is your guide. Okay? Now, in NSTP, in CWTS, in our subject, community leaders need direction and preparation, and a good leader plans before taking an action. Okay? Aside from providing direction, personal development planning offers many benefits that help individuals achieve growth. And PDP, or talking about benefits, it provides many benefits because it allows individuals to become more, intentional about their growth. The first benefit, talking about benefits, we have some series of benefits in list. Number one is understand ourselves better. When we create personal development plan, we reflect on our abilities, interests, values, or aspirations. Understanding ourselves allows us to make decisions that are aligned with who we are, right? The second benefit is identifying our strengths and weaknesses. So every individual has unique abilities and areas that need improvement. Now, recognizing our strengths allows us to maximize our potential, while recognizing our weaknesses allows us to develop strategies for improvement. And the third benefit is setting realistic goals. Sometimes people create goals without considering their current situation. A personal development plan helps us create goals that are challenging but achievable. And the fourth benefit is monitoring your progress. A plan allows us to check whether we are improving or whether we need to adjust our actions. And the fifth is preparing for future challenges. Now, life involves uncertainties, which is true. However, individuals who continuously develop themselves become more prepared and adaptable. Through personal development planning, we became active participants in creating our future. Again, important notes or important concept: growth requires awareness, planning, action, and evaluation. So to create an effective personal development plan, we need also a process that guides us. And according to Jenny Blake, there are 4 steps in creating a successful plan. And the first step is clearing out your vision. Before we create actions, we need to know what we want to achieve, diba? A person without a vision may work hard but may not know whether the effort is leading towards the right direction. The second steps is identifying strength and areas of improvement. This requires honesty and awareness. Now, we need to recognize what we are good at and what skills still need to develop. The third step is, building our personal development plan. After identifying our goals and abilities, we create specific actions, timelines, and strategies. And the fourth step is review and adapting. A personal development plan should not remain unchanged forever. As we experience new situations, our goals and priorities may change. So therefore, we need to evaluate our progress and make necessary adjustments. So these are 4 steps. These 4 steps reminds us that personal development is not a one-time activity. It is a continuous process of planning, acting, improving, evaluating, and improving. Okay? So let us also, to discuss further, about these steps. Let's discuss further the steps. When we say clear your vision, it begins with the end mind. Diba? Vision means a picture of what and where you want to be in the future. You can ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And what kind of a person who you want to become? And creating your vision, example, I want to become a successful professional. Personal vision, I want to become a disciplined and responsible individual. And for community vision, I want to contribute to the society. Number 2, or the second step, identify strength and areas of improvement. Understanding yourself requires knowing your strength. And strength includes your skills, your talents, your knowledge, positive qualities, and all. And we also have your weaknesses, your areas of improvement, which includes weaknesses, skills needed, habits to change. So those are your weaknesses. Now, on our next topic, we'll be discussing SWOT analysis. I'll be creating another video that focuses on SWOT analysis, self-actualization, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So that's all for today's recording. I will just upload the second video.